Mic check, mic check. Let's go. Turn my mic up a little bit and we are locked in. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's go, man. It's Friday. These markets are ripping. It's crazy because it's hard to know if it's just going to keep going or is this like a trap right now, right? But we are about to find out, mister. Perfect. So I got my levels. We are about to slam into this higher time frame resistance, right? So this is what I'm looking at right now, right? All right. The volume is very strong, but anytime price overextends, you know you should expect a pullback, right? It's almost inevitable. If you look at every single massive 2-hour candle here, it pulls back very nicely. Pulls back very nicely. Here's another one. We're expecting a pullback. Where would that selling pressure come from? We have this, I think it's the hourly, yeah. So this hourly candle here was what put in that all-time high here. And look how price just refused to break this candle. Inside bodies all through it and then slams lower off of it. A beautiful dump off of it. So when price overextends into here, I'm expecting at least some sort of rejection, whether it's quick and continue or whether it's a massive top, right? Either way, you're expecting some sort of rejection, whether we sweep this high and dump or what. That's the first play, right? If the shorts are not really the play, then you wait for a pullback into some sort of imbalance, some sort of fair value gap, some sort of order block. And there goes another order block right here that I'll be looking to keep my eyes on. A drive back into here is a nice place to buy. A drive back into this down close candle, right? Look at that London low. Attempts to go lower, taps into that Asia open, rips off of it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And look, here we go right now, already getting that wick rejection. YM makes all-time high for the first time since, when was this? Since February, guys. We've been making all-time highs multiple times throughout the months over NASDAQ and ES. But now YM finally catches up, which is impressive. It took forever, but it finally makes an all-time high. As soon as we tap it, we sell off. I'm looking at this for a potential order block to work off of. There goes your order block right there, 10-minute order block. Price could try to rip off of that to continue higher. We have an hourly order block. Just marking these out while we wait for 10 a.m. Right, and then you have same over here with RTY. RTY slamming into bearish areas as well, which is why you're probably going to see a pullback here. Nice bearish order block there. More bearish order blocks up here. All the way up to those highs, right? And then 30-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute. All right, yeah, that 15-minute order block could be where price decides to go higher, right? So that's the name of the game. These order blocks have been printing money for us all month. And it's really just about timing up your entry off of those order blocks, right? Yesterday's price action was actually just a scam, if you ask me. Look at all of this chop here. And then magically at 1 p.m., the trade that I was trying to catch rips instantly, 30 minutes, and it's at all targets are taken out. But from 9:30 up until 1 p.m., there was absolute no expansion, bro. You had people trying to short this, telling me this is a short. I'm like, bro, get out of my face, bro. I'd rather take my loss on a buy and walk away rather than to try to short an obvious buying situation. Look at the weekly open. Look at the order block here at the bottom of Asia. There was never any reason to short this. Sad part is it just refused to expand, right? And that's what happens when there's no major news throughout the week. This is the type of stuff that happens, so it's not even that surprising. However, if I'm looking at ES showing a little bit of divergence here. ES is struggling to get through this order block here from 10:30 p.m. But then if you look at NASDAQ, this order block at 10:30, I'll highlight it. We're already well past it a few times here. So that tells me this order block will be probably the main player, this upward order block here. DP, what's up, bro? He says MYM not at all-time highs yet. Let's check it out. MYM. So that means we should continue higher. I doubt if those contracts don't hit. Go to the daily. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so that's a good sign for higher. Both contracts should hit that all-time high. That right there would be almost too obvious, right? That has to take that out eventually. So we'll watch that and then go back to this 15-minute order block. So you'll start to see maybe some SMT off of this order block. There it is. All right. It's 9:44. The first macro is about to start. You're getting SMT off of this low. Beautiful, bro. I love when the volume is high, bro. I think my win rate is literally like 80, 90% when the markets are moving. It's ridiculous, bro. It's almost like a dream come true. It's all you could ask for is the market to just try and go somewhere, bro. Like, that's not too much to ask for, right? In the American stock market that loves to break out and run. And what do you know? Here we go. Let's see if we get some sort of shift on the lower time. There it is. Starting to see that SMT turn into a change in the state. 2-minute chart might give you a cleaner look here. This thing is running, kid. This thing is running. So we have this leg here, lower. And then you have this leg lower right here on the RTY. We know the RTY has been our friend lately. The RTY has not lied to us at all. If the RTY wants higher, it actually goes higher and it brings the NASDAQ with it. There goes your shift right there. All right, so let's see if this holds with that 10 a.m. power of 3. And today should be cake. The volume is undeniable. And that's all we need, right? So once 10 a.m. comes back and taps into these areas, we'll see what price has underway here. You got 9:30 there, you got 10 a.m. right around the corner. We are in bearish territory, but like I said, we are tapping into this bullish 15-minute order block. You're getting the SMT, you're getting the trend shift here. And let's see what's happening on the big guys over here. No rejection yet. So what happened at 9:30, right? That 9:30 opens up. We sweep these lows barely, but that's going to have to count today with how bullish price looks. That's going to have to count. That will have to count. 9:30 power of 3. We have accumulation here pre-market. We dip in, sweep it. There's probably an order block sitting right there. What do you know? I'm telling you guys, order blocks are the heartbeat of almost every single move. All right, we got this order block here, which essentially turns into this order block up here at 9:10. All right, 10-minute OB, 15-minute OB. You got a few of those, right? So I'm gonna highlight these. This is where you want to be long from. Worst case scenario, you have this OB at the low here, a higher time frame OB. And if we could drive into those areas, that's the best place to buy, right? Because you're getting your entry at the best discounted price. And if price doesn't want to pull back to there, like I said, we understand we could use these upper order blocks as well. So I think that's what's about to happen. I think price is going to quickly drive back into here. Notice midnight price sitting next to these order blocks. Notice the previous daily high sitting inside of these order blocks. This is A+ so far. A+ity. So yeah, that's the game plan. All-time highs, previous week high is a fat magnet up here. Price is clearly on its way there. You're waiting for this right here, a drive into here to continue, or a drive into the lower order block to continue. But this gray area here, A+, and you're probably even gonna see, like I said, we're gonna sell off from this area, bro. These higher time frame order blocks have been picture perfect, and they continue to be. We're leaving these relative equal highs here, tapping into that higher time frame bearish area, and we're starting to move lower here. All right, let's see. RTY, pay attention to the RTY and pay attention to these indexes. You want to know if price breaks any structure here, because you don't want to get married to the buys, understanding that price could still sweep out these low resistance lows here, right? If price wanted to, it could do something like this. We saw it yesterday. It can dip way into here and still be bullish, right? So it's all about how price reacts right now. It'll give you the answer as to how aggressive these shorts may be. Okay, so we're chilling until 10. Let me mark off those levels here. 9:30 opens lower. Good. Power of 3. And then now we're looking at 10 a.m. to come in and finish the job. All right, so that's the game plan. Hopefully you guys agree with the narrative so we all can catch a banger today. Walk away with another fat trading week. Nice, man. So look at that, right? Look at how price taps into this area, immediately sells off, right? You want to see price potentially protect midnight here. And also we want to figure out which one is stronger, right? Which one of these charts are actually stronger than the other, so we know which one to buy. All right, so if we're looking at the swing lows, that'll tell you this swing low does not take out this low here. So that's 1 point right there showing that NASDAQ is stronger. And then if you look at these order blocks, let's go down to like the 30-minute. What order block is price bouncing off of? Here's one. There's potentially one. Here's one right here. It's crazy, right? You see how ES looks like it may be slightly stronger. Yeah, ES is slightly stronger. So we'll probably end up buying ES based on this candle right here. Look at this 6 p.m. candle. Zoom in over here. 6 p.m. over here is not being swept out, right? The swing low is before 6 p.m. But over here, 6 p.m. barely gets swept on NASDAQ. So they're both pretty strong. I guess it really wouldn't matter. Yeah, they're both pretty strong. Just depends on which one gives the cleaner setup. But look at the wick off of this area. Fabulous. YM, everything over here. Same type of deal. Starting to retrace back into these bullish areas again. It's perfect. It's basically saving the move right now for 10 a.m. And now I'm looking around the market. I see people drawing up shorts right now. It's crazy, bro. But I don't know what to say, because yesterday I saw them drawing up shorts and I was surprised at how well that short played out. Even though the market wasn't bearish for the day, you still caught 120 points on a short. I think it was over here. No, not there. Yesterday was Thursday, right? Thursday, right here. You still caught this, the only bearish candle right here. I saw people catch this short, tap into here, and that was it. Took a while, but it started to go. It took maybe like 4 hours, 3.5 hours. It started to go. All right, so yeah, we're tapping back into this OB here, which is perfect. Yeah, I want to start looking for a chance to go higher here. There we go. Starting to see that reaction already. 7 minutes until we get that 10 a.m. open. Notice there's no bearish structure here on the RTY. This low that was put in at 930 has been protected. We swept it, gave that market structure shift, and now you're starting to see price literally push right back higher. So there's no reason to look for shorts on the RTY, which supports the overall bias for us. And then over here, let me see this 30-minute. I'll mark off these highs here. This candle hasn't closed yet. As soon as this candle closes, the games will begin. All right, cool. So I'm gonna grab something to drink for the next 4 minutes, and we are about to get this party started. I'm looking for like a quick move and get up out of here. Hope you guys have had a clean trading week. So far, not too bad. Definitely want to see this continuation be very, very A+ here. RTY, look at the RTY, set the standard here. We're already ripping. Another shift. Waiting for YM to catch up, but as we know, YM likes to play hooky and pretend like it doesn't want to catch up, and then randomly it'll catch up. Let's put these sessions on. What do we have up here? All right, yeah, so we've already taken out all the liquidity. 930 pushes. We're about to make a new high here, so this should make price pull back as always. All right, so yeah, we're chilling. Price should pull back, maybe tap into one of these areas before going higher again. Let's go, let's go. Look at price digging a little lower. When the 1 minute looks choppy, you should always just click over on that 2 minute chart, and you'll see that these lows have been protected. This down close candle right here is serving as a bottom, and that's all you really want to see when you're expecting a continuation. All right, so I'm looking at this swing point right here potentially, but really this one right here gets my attention. Multiple candles attempting to go lower. Once we start flipping above here, that is what starts a trend shift. Obviously the EMA will flip as well once that happens. Go to the higher time frame. Is there any fair value gaps sitting down in here? Okay, we're sitting inside of a 5-minute gap. We still got that 930 open price, which will be a factor. We are chilling, kid. Let's go. I don't know why I woke up feeling good today, bro. I think it's because I got my first loss out of the way. I can't even remember the last time I took a loss. So yesterday was like, and then when I got back in the house and I saw that the markets ended up literally taking what, like 3 hours, but it ends up hitting all of my targets, which would have been a fat trade. It just made me feel like, you know what, bro? I think I really, like, my edge is really showing. My edge is really, really showing lately. And that's all you could ask for as a trader, bro. A legit edge, legit profits, and legit consistency. So here we go, right? Remember the RTY already took off, right? So that right there was the first sign of confirmation. The RTY has been doing this very, very consistently where it'll lead the way. All right. So that right there, bias is already starting to confirm. Now you're going to start to see, these over here try to catch up. And you want to pay attention here. So far, I don't really see much going on besides this shift right here at 940. All right, so we had this attempt to go lower. We've already shifted once, and now we're still holding this low. And look at that, let's go. I know a lot of people are gonna probably try to buy off of this inversion right now, and I don't blame them, but I wanna wait a little bit. There's no rush. We know exactly where price is targeting. So if, oh my goodness, just don't run, bro. Yeah, everyone's gonna try to long this right here, right now. I can almost guarantee. Oh, look at that. And that's why you just wait for 10 a.m. Look at 10 a.m. Is there news? Let me go double check before I get too excited again. Is there news right now? Okay, let's see. 10 a.m. University of Michigan. No. Secretary of Defense. No. Nope. Nothing. Yep, that was just to 10 a.m. opening lower as we had expected to, right? All right, so we can start marking off this these levels here. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so now let the games begin, man. Let the games begin. There was no bearish structure printed after pushing through this London high. NASDAQ protected all of these lows. Here goes your power of 3 drive into these higher time frame areas down here. And this is where the real trading begins, right? Anybody trying to buy it up here just got slapped in the face. RTY pulling back into a very bullish area. And I don't even really want to highlight these bearish areas anymore. It's starting to be a little bit too obvious that it wants higher here. All right, so we had this shift here. It's not really an aggressive shift, but we do have this shift here. The 1 minute is the only setup so far. All right, we had this push up shift. This order block should be protected. And now we're looking for 10 a.m. to either sweep with SMT. It looks like we're probably going to end up sweeping this 930 low. So give it a chance to do that. All right. Yeah, we're chilling. Like we said, ES is slightly stronger, but both of them showed a lot of strength so far. So we're really not too concerned. We're really not too concerned with that. There goes that 930 sweep. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, almost hasn't swept it yet. Hasn't swept it yet. So what I'll do is I'll kill some of these indicators. What level is this? Is this Asia high? I think this is Asia's high. What is that? But high. Oh, that was the hourly high. Where's Asia's high? I want to know because sometimes price will just retest a previous session high and then continue. There goes Asia's high right there. I'll mark that off. Session. So we're up under that for now. Asia low. Mark that off. Should be like right here. No, Asia low is way down here. 6 p.m. low. I'll actually mark off the low since we're pulling back. We already broke underneath that. Here goes some speed back higher. Let's see if it works out. Boom, 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 boom. Well, now look, we're underneath midnight. We tap into this previous daily high. Kill these sessions. Kill some of these colors. Kill some of this noise here just to focus in on these buys. All right, so I'm gonna start highlighting some of these bearish points of interest now, right? So 930, remember, this is your heartbeat here. You don't really want to take any bearishness serious until we start breaking this. If we break this on both charts, that changes the narrative. If we stay within this range, all these short-term bearish breaks that we're seeing with strong closes underneath here, like stuff like this is temporary. You really just wait for those to exhaust because it's a 1 minute chart. If you go to like a 5-minute chart, there's nothing broken, right? So that's why I'm ignoring all of these weird breaks of structure lower and continuing to expect a sweep like we see here and then a flip. Right? I would like to see this low get swept. That'll let us know which one to buy as well, right? If NASDAQ sweeps this low, ES doesn't, or vice versa, that'll tell me which one I want to be longing. Move all this over. We know we're in bullish territory. We know, like I said earlier, price could dip all the way down into this bearish gray zone. Bullish zone down here. And we could still be as bullish as possible. And then, like I mentioned, these bearish gaps will be faded. We'll get some type of change in the state. There we go. Let's go, man. This is why you wait for 10 a.m. I see people trying to buy it at 9:45 macro, 9:55 macro. Stop it. Get out of here, kid. Something you have to learn the hard way, you know? Something a lot of people had to learn the hard way, including me. I used to think that that first macro was gold. 950 to 1015. Oh, we sweep this high. Nah, just wait for 10 a.m. Maybe like 10:30ish, 10:20 is when the real move starts to happen almost every single day. So there's this bearish gap here. That's the only gap in this leg. May even get a gap right here. Let's see, but this gap is what looks like the heartbeat of these cells. So once this gets taken out and you have this shift right here, that should be enough to send price where it wants to go. Let's go. What happened, buddy? Out. High five. So far, so good. Just waiting for that undeniable bullish pressure. If we're looking at this, we have to trade ES once again. Notice this low right here at 818 is being swept on NAS. Subtle difference, but that's all we have to work with here. I can start erasing some of these zones here because we're clearly tapping into the lowest zone right now. And then the upper zone is being hit right now on ES. Massive fair value gap at 8 a.m. Not sure what that was all about, but price expanded like crazy today at 8 o'clock. YM, what are you doing? RTY, what are you doing? Simply retesting structure, right? Excellent. Excelente, my friend. Boom, boom, boom. Chilling. All right, here we go. Starting to see some push here. Starting to see some push here. Let's go ahead and start drawing this up so it doesn't run away. Obviously, like I said, price has to flip this EMA. There is this gap right here, but there's no gap on NASDAQ. Let's see if we can flip, get up above here. And I'm gonna start using tight stops, so be ready for that, because the more I look at my trades, when I'm right, the drawdown is pretty much not a thing. When I'm wrong, drawdown typically stops me out, right? So tighter stop, same target, better risk to reward equals more profitos. Yeah, everybody's drawing up these buys right now, right? Let's see what Lumi's thinking. I like this bearish candle here. Could be your order block, right? This could be what starts to move higher. Just have to wait and see, right? What's Lumi thinking here? Lumi was in a short, or no? I don't know. Yeah, everybody's drawing up the buys, man. Starting to see that exhaustion, right? Starting to see price actually wick lower and close higher. Wick lower, close higher. This might rip. Let's see. Is there any other gaps on this? 3 minute, 1 minute. Let's see if we get this change in the state here. This shift. I see a lot of people watching this 5 minute gap, which makes sense, right? So yeah, you can see the hesitation in price, right? So no reason to rush into anything right now. We're chilling. Who knows how far price wants to pull back here? It looks like we may get NASDAQ try and take the lead here. All right. Yeah. We may get NASDAQ to try and take the lead here. Still like this candle here, this 1006 candle. I like how it does a pretty good job at sweeping lower. There goes that flip here. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna get ready to long this. I think I'm gonna get ready to long this, my friendies. But we do have that 5-minute gap that just got hit, right? So that's where you get that selling pressure, like we always talk about. When there's a bearish gap in your way, wait for the gap to be tapped and then absorb those sellers by attempting to go lower. And then as soon as it fails to go lower, you're gonna see price absorb those sellers and then just go the opposite way. Something like this would probably be my trade. 10 points on the stop would be, what would that be? Hmm. 10 points would be about, let's see here. I see a lot of people just jumped in on the NASDAQ flip here. Did we get a flip over here? Nothing over here, bro. RTY, nothing. This should start to flip here, though. I'm literally just waiting. Why? There's a bearish gap sitting right here. There's probably going to be some resistance. Once that resistance is absorbed, if it gets absorbed, then you wait for a shift past this high here. And I can try and like front run this trade, understanding that this is just A plus. And then you get what, 5, there you go, 5 contracts there. I meant 10 contracts. And then that'll be the gain there. And this is a massive move higher. You're getting a good discount. Turn on the indicators to see what is in your way. Maybe you target 10 a.m., but we understand the power of 3. So if 10 a.m. opens lower, your target should be above 10 a.m. And the best target above 10 a.m. would be maybe, let's see if there's any order blocks up here for the bearish point of view here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm talking like middle of the There we go. We're back. My goodness, bro. Just hit a dark spot or something. I don't know. My Wi-Fi just completely clipped. All right, we're chilling though. We didn't miss it. We didn't miss it. All right. So notice, like I said, we're after 10 a.m. Price is playing the same game we saw yesterday, and price is just leeching lower, just slowly but surely, just dipping lower. All right. So with stuff like that on the table, no rush at all, man. Good patience, but you'll start to see price bottom out here shortly. If not, then there's no reason to be trading this. No reason at all. It's 10:20. We might have to wait for the next candle, right? So, you know me, I like to trade those 30-minute cycles. What you're seeing is a 30-minute drive here. We're driving into this bullish gap, sweeping this low. If price doesn't want to deliver on this 30-minute candle from 10 to 10:30, you should expect the next 30-minute candle, 10:30 to like 11, to give you some sort of expansion then, right? But for sure, it was obvious that price was going to reject here. Look at the rejection. It didn't really give you a clean short, so no reason to try to short it, right? Too much bullish roadblocks in the way. But you even get a simple inversion, BPR short off of that higher time frame order block, and now price is doing its thing, going lower. No trades so far. Okay, now I'm starting to see where price could be dipping into. See this previous daily high? This is what was supporting the entire move up. All right, price was up under it. And once we finally broke above this previous daily high, look at the volume you get off of this tap here. Pow, 930 taps it, rips. And it looks like I said, NASDAQ is a little bit weaker. NASDAQ had already tapped into this previous daily high a few times. ES is just now tapping into it. You're getting SMT off of this order block here that we saw. This should be it right here, guys. I think the next candle is going to give you a clean flip higher. And then what do you know with oil? We know oil is the complete opposite of the NASDAQ and ES. We have a beautiful order block being tapped into here. EMA support squeezing it lower. Previous daily low swept. This should be a simple break, retest, continuation, back to maybe this weekly open or previous weekly low. All right, so we're chilling. This is still A plus if you ask me. I do want to know if ES is still ahead right now on the higher time frame. So right now, ES, they're about identical, right? This pullback takes out 1 hourly low, and that's it. Driving into this gap, driving into this order block. All right, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, NASDAQ is still slightly weaker based on this 6 p.m. and 4 p.m. low. Yeah, let's go. We're gonna probably end up catching the 10:30 to 11 delivery. All right, so I'm just gonna kick back here. There's nothing for us to do here. Just watched a couple people take those buys and get stopped out. Why, you know, it's tough. It's tough to know what's happening unless you truly understand that power of three. A lot of people bought this flip higher, this inversion, this move up here. A lot of people bought this and then they get stopped out. But as you can see, the bearish gaps never broke across the board. We broke one bearish gap on NASDAQ, put SMT. Oh my goodness, this is leaking. Let's see if we can get some sort of response here. You need a sharp response when you see this type of sell-off. You need a sharp response. 5 minute. Yeah, you want to see like some sort of 5 minute wick. Stop yelling, kid. Oh, look at this. Fat imbalance, wide open. Order block, order block. I would love to see this turn into a decent wick here. There we go. There we go. Good patience so far. Good patience so far. No trade so far if you're just now tuning in. We are waiting for a flip back towards all-time highs, and we should get it momentarily. Looks like we're gonna just flip over to this 30-minute chart, right? And then get ready. Look at this high. Yeah, there's no wick at the top of this 30-minute candle. 10 a.m. just bleeds lower. We drew this trade up before the market even hit 10 a.m., right? We said we left this order block here and we left this order block here. If price wanted to use this order block, it would be obvious. The next point of interest would be here. And this is exactly where we're getting that rejection right now. All right, so what I want to do now is start watching this low here, this 30-minute low, and wait for this candle to close here. So that's the next step here. Just wait for this candle to close. We're getting more SMT on the 30-minute that supports. We should be buying ES, right? This low right here at 8 a.m. was not taken on ES. NASDAQ sweeps it. 30-minute chart over here. Sweeps that low. YM sweeping all the lows in there, filling in that gap. I can erase a lot of this stuff here. This is basically reset, right? New 30-minute candle is going to open and then the whole process restarts. I love this previous daily high sitting here. Was resistance. Now it looks like it's going to be support. EMA still bullish on the higher time frames over here. EMA over here still pretty bullish as well. Starting to get that wick activity. There we go. That's nice. So this previous daily high is going to be a big pivot, right? You don't want to buy underneath here. You want to buy once it gets on top and starts respecting. Boom. That's the best place to buy. I'm going to clean up all of this bullish drawing from the first 30 minutes of the market. And notice how we're still like right up under this 930 low, right? If we were bearish, we would have been way out of the way by now. We're just creating liquidity, right? Trendline liquidity, sweeping out lows for the early buyers. And then we're anticipating a nice follow through to the upside. Nice wick rejection already off of this order block. This should be a banger, guys. This should be the highlight of the week here. And YM needs to start picking up the pace because YM is really one of the best setups because of DP. You pointed it out. The micro YM has not made all-time highs yet. So that's the target. And price should literally rip up to those highs today. Beautiful rejection. Good job. So we're down to this final order block down here, and it looks like it's going to be the one. 6 a.m. price inside of it holding up nicely. EMA holding up nicely. We have 2 minutes until this candle closes. All right, I'm looking for a good area to find a shift. I don't want to get in way up here, but so far that's the only bullish order block that failed that we could use on the 2 minute. Okay, we have this 1 minute here. Yeah, maybe we get another open lower here. I'm looking for a swing high that we can use to shift above and then go like that. So far we have this one, but we'll see what happens at this high. All right. 30 seconds, this candle will close. I'm anticipating a move lower once again, right? A simple open low. Doesn't have to sweep anything because we've already swept a lot. You just want to see it open lower. Look at that, guys. Look at the higher time frame off of this 930 low. 930 low gives you 10-minute wicks, 1 minute failures. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you were buying it here, this would be the better buy. If you were to drop a buy right here, I wouldn't argue with you. I would say, yeah, you probably catch the bottom here. But there's no rush, right? There's so much upside here. Just wait, there it is. All right, 1030 is here. I want to mark out some levels here to see where price tries to pivot. Just in case it tries to run here. There we go. Open lower. Good job. Good job. Good job. Open lower. Good job. Even if it barely opens lower here, that's fine by me. I'm looking for gaps on the higher time frames. That could help us out here. Midnight price. There we go. Good job, RTY. Good job, RTY. Good job, RTY. We got that low right off that midnight price. Good job. All right, there we go. Here we are, my fans. 5-minute chart. Nah, 4-minute chart. Which one looks the cleanest? I would say probably this 4-minute, where you get this failure to go higher and you slam lower. A flip above there is guaranteed. I'm looking for a lower time frame play to get a head start here. Oh, this is gonna be tough, bro. You're just gonna have to, like, literally, you might just have to you're gonna have to get a late entry on this one. I would love to try to front run it and get in at the bottom because this trade is so obvious. But where's your shift? This candle right here is a little bit non-existent over here on ES. It's a bullish candle here, but let's see. Just looking for similarities across the board here that I can take advantage of. Come on, give us a pullback of some sort. There you go. We might get a 4-minute gap here. 2-minute. This is tough, bro. You just want to see a pullback that gives you that swing, right? Some sort of swing, so that when we flip it, I can get in. But here so far, there's only one swing right here. That really, really makes sense. This swing right here would be kind of sketchy because I don't like this candle right here. However, midnight price looks good, man. Midnight price looks A+. 5-minute gap. Bro, this sucks, bro. I just want a clean gap or a clean shift. Still underneath this EMA, so maybe the EMA leads to a pullback real quick. Maybe. We'll see. We shall see, man. What's happening on the RTY? Look at oil rejecting beautifully off of that area of interest. RTY. There's a bunch of bearish gaps in the way here that could lead to a quick sell-off. I'm sure there's sellers sitting in some of these gaps here. I just would love to see a quick pullback. I don't think it's happening, bro. I think you just have to buy this. Man, that sucks, bro. All right. All right, let's see here. Previous daily high is going to be the stop, which would be about 9 points here. And this will be the first attempt here. Let's see. Yeah, about 9 points. Create limit order. All right, yeah, about 10, maybe 11 here. Yeah, about 11 points. This is so lame, bro. All right, yeah, I'm gonna take that, bro. I am going to take this right here, guys. It's just too clean. This will be my first attempt here. All right, stop down underneath this 2 a.m. low. And then you're just looking for, we did flip this EMA though. So we flipped the EMA. All right, we're looking for a rally back to 10 a.m. price. All right, where was this? Was your pivot here? Where was your gap here? All right, yeah. Front run this buy here. Boom, boom. You better not pull back now that I'm in, buddy. Just keep going, kid. You've already wasted enough time. We're basically using this this shift that was at, what time was that shift? RTY should have, yeah. All right, so yeah, we pretty much broke out there. And we had this 1 minute swing that we drew up. Remember over here, right? Where was it? Right here, yeah. This 1 minute failure to go higher. We put that swing in, close through it, retest it. Nice move off of it. Midnight price supporting it. So giving it a chance to run here. Wow, everybody just jumped in longs. Literally, wow, that's crazy, bro. Imagine this plays out and everybody's in the long. NASDAQ is taking the lead. That's kind of sketch, bro. But good speed so far, man. Great speed so far. We're looking for if there's any gaps. Oh, there is. Okay, so there's no gap on NASDAQ, which is good. Yeah, there's no gaps on NASDAQ. All right, that's fine. That one gap that was there, it already got mitigated on the 5 minute, right? So remember we talk about roadblocks. If you see a bearish gap in your way, wait for price to tap into it and see what happens. Price taps into this bearish gap, sells off, sweeps the low, and then when price shifts, you get that trend shift. This was the first and very subtle trend shift here. This swing point gets closed through, retested, nice push off of it. When you get that shift, that's your cue that, all right, the sellers are being absorbed. The sellers did their job, which was to sweep this low and retest something down in here. And if you can get a good entry before price gets too far away, you should be able to trend and catch this move back higher. So now we're just looking for a clean expansion here. Which candle broke? Yeah, stops are in a safe spot here. So now we just wait. We also did flip this trend right here. I mean this shift right here. So now with this shift, and we have the EMA support. Yeah, we're chilling. You just gotta let this play out. Just gotta let this play out. Gotta let this one play out. And as I mentioned, these bearish gaps are going to have some sort of selling pressure. You just want to see it get absorbed relatively quickly. Remember, we were talking about that 30-minute delivery, and here you are, right? We said this candle was specifically for manipulation. So you should wait for this candle to close before looking for a buy. This candle closed, and what happened? Immediate buying pressure. Now you're looking for this candle to for sure take this 10 a.m. high. And if it's enough volume, it could push up to new highs here. 30-minute candle over here should be looking the same. Yeah, look at 930. Nice rejection off 930. Now we're looking for speed, guys. We need some speed. RTY has to lead the way. So if RTY starts to expand, we should be good. Definitely need RTY to pick up the pace here. Is there any roadblocks for RTY? Oh yeah, we do have this 5 minute gap here. What about 10 minutes? All right, so we close through that 10 minute gap. 15 minute, no 15 minute. Yeah, we're chilling, bro. RTY, let's go. Set the tone, RTY. Everyone else will follow. All we need is for you to get going. All right, nice. Nasdaq starting to push here. Yes, I need you to catch up, my friend. Come on, don't do us like that. We spend all that time trying to figure out which one's stronger, and Nasdaq still takes the lead. This is so crazy, bro. So crazy to me. Nasdaq takes this low. Nasdaq takes this low. Clearly the weaker asset. And ES still lagging here. But lately, right? Lately, every time we see stuff like this, ES ends up catching up. So it's really no big deal unless you see something strange happen at this high here. RTY, what are you up to? So we're chilling. This may be a slow delivery. I would have expected a lot more speed off of that aggressive manipulation we saw here. We do have this hourly candle. So price could literally wait for this candle to close in the next 20 minutes before giving you that flip, which would suck, but ideally you want to see how this candle has no wick on the top. You want to see it wick down into here and then flip before it closes, right? That's the ideal setup. Wick into here and then close up here. Nasdaq is ripping, bro. If we bought Nasdaq, we would be. Where was our entry? Hold on. Yeah, Nasdaq is way ahead, bro. Like, where was the entry? Entry was at 1034. So if I bought it here at 1034, we would be floating 30 points. I guess it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Stop would have had to go at about 50 points. So it would have been close to 1R. But I'm starting to learn that, bro, when there's no news throughout the week, you're better off just putting the trade on and just walking away, bro. Because every time you try to go break even, it stops you. Every time you get out early, it ends up ripping straight ahead. And this is crazy, bro. Nasdaq's gonna beat us to this 10 a.m. I don't wanna use 10 a.m. as my target. All right, this will be the target here, guys. This hourly high, 9 a.m. high, that's the target. I'm not cutting this trade, and I don't want to touch it until this high is taken. Okay. I do not want to touch it until this high is taken. So I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I'm gonna watch the 30-minute chart, and I want to see price take out, of course, TP, right? TP would be fine with me. That's $900. It's like close to 1.5 R. I'm sorry, close to 2 R. Right, so I really don't want to be greedy for this high here, but I have to understand that Nasdaq is probably going to beat us to this 10 a.m. high. I don't want to close my trade because of that. I will anticipate that one of these can hit this hourly high. If let's say Nasdaq takes this hourly high, then I'll kill my trade. You see what I'm saying? Good flip, RTY. Let's go. I need to see a nice strong close back above this bearish wick right here, and that should do it. That should set the tone for the next 30 minutes to an hour. See what the chat is up to. Good buy, got in off the long at 29,542 on NQ SMT on the low. Let me see. 29,542. Oh my goodness, bro. That's bottom tick. When I say that's a bottom tick, let's go. Everybody else is in NASDAQ though. I'm looking on stream. That's funny. What price did they get? One kid got filled at 29,578. I don't know. He got 29,578. Close above midnight open. All right. That's not bad. Tanya even got in 29,598. 29,598. Bro, she got filled way up here. And everyone who bought NASDAQ is still in front of us. That's crazy. That's crazy. Bro, that's so stupid to me, bro. It makes you not even like, it makes you just not, it makes you just don't even want to trade anything but NASDAQ. Just buy NASDAQ. I'm literally about to be at break even in drawdown. While NASDAQ is nowhere near entry price. My entry price would have been once ES confirmed this break here, which would have been. Oh, where was my entry? I think it was a 2-minute gap. Yeah. So my entry would have been literally right here at 34, 32-ish. Same entry price here. So my entry would have been at 92 if I were to buy NASDAQ. I just need RTY to keep up the speed. RTY is losing speed, guys. I think we're going to have to wait for this next hourly candle. Yeah, look at it. Oh, no. Oh, no, my friends. But as long as NASDAQ leads the way, I'm okay. We're fine. We're just not going to have as pretty of a trade. Stops are in the right place. Yeah, we're just not going to get as clean of a trade. Which sucks, bro. Like, some stuff is just so unnecessary, bro. And it knows it, bro. The market knows how to be as unnecessary as possible. And yesterday just confirmed it, bro. Yesterday was my moment of truth for trading. I'm like, bro, the markets, they're not honest, for one. And for two, when they decide it wants to waste time, you have to be okay with just waiting, bro. As hard as it may be, because you're thinking, well, maybe it goes against me, right? Maybe I'm about to get stopped out. And that's the part of you that makes you want to close the trade. But in reality, when you know what to look for, it's not about to stop you out. And even if it does stop you out, you get a second chance to get in, right? But in reality, it's just wasting time. It's not going against you. It's just wasting time. And today may be another A+ example of why the markets should not be allowed to get in your head, bro. Just trade your strategy, set your stop, and let it do its thing. Like, to be real, I should be adding in my position when it's wasting time like this. I should be adding in, but I don't want to be greedy. You know what I mean? I don't want to be greedy. Just stick to the plan here. What is it tapping into that makes it so special for it to bounce here? We got the EMA, right? We got an EMA here. Any order blocks? No. Right, so what makes this area so special? Nothing. It's just wasting time, pulling back, wasting time, pulling back. And we're right at that 10 a.m. price. We're likely gonna pull back. Man, this sucks, bro. Because what is it doing? It's generating liquidity right before 10 a.m. so it can push up through it and then pull back. It could pull back way down here. Like we saw yesterday. Yesterday was dirty. That pullback we saw yesterday it pulled back and took out every single low and then just stopped and then slowly grinded higher. And then at 1 p.m., it just skyrockets. One massive candle takes out all liquidity. And part of me is like, bro, how do you trade with that type of stuff on the table? And you can't really do anything about it, bro. You just have to hope you don't get stopped out. And if you do get stopped out, wait for a second entry. It's so stupid, bro. It could be so simple, you know what I mean? But it chooses to do stuff like this. Yeah, we're about to pull back aggressive. I might get out of this, bro. It's about to pull back aggressive for no reason here. You can see it. It's choosing not to go higher. And that's when you know a pullback is the only other option. And there's nothing in here that's stopping price. The only thing that would stop price would be maybe this, there was that 1 minute shift that we used. This order block here. So I'll highlight this. This could be where price stops. Midnight price could be where price stops and turns. Previous day high is probably the most likely candidate that if we did get in drawdown here, it's probably going to tap into that, right? But other than that, I don't see much else that'll stop price. So I think my stop's in the right place here. Let's just hope it doesn't feel the need to dig way down and stop us out before going. Because NASDAQ is just cruising here, bro. No drawdown, no nothing. Hasn't even broken the EMA, bro. Meanwhile, ES is over here. It's so stupid, man. And then RTY is showing you that it doesn't want to go up yet. I think there's a 10-minute gap forming. Oh, no, it was 4 minute, 5 minute. We got these gaps here, man. Price could want to fill just because it wants to be lazy. 4 minute. Yeah, look at YM. There is this down close candle here that's being hit. Hopefully this is the catalyst that price can find some volume over here. Because we need YM and RTY to lead the way today. We're following behind them. All right, we're expecting YM to make a new high. We're expecting RTY to make a new high as well. It's impressive how NASDAQ is just not pulling back right now, though. Yo. Today looks like one of those days where you're just gonna have to wait for that massive correction candle. And like I mentioned, look at the hourly candle. It's choosing not to go anywhere, bro, because it just wants to close bearish. 6 minutes left and we still haven't shown any life. Just a simple wick. Hourly chart over here. It's trying to flip on the NASDAQ, but look at how bearish this hourly candle is on ES, bro. So lame, bro. Let's see if this macro can speed things up. What time did the macro start? This is so stupid to me, bro. Macro starts at 10:50. So you're gonna get some sort of sweep. 5 minute gap. 10-minute gap. All right, yeah, that's it right there. NASDAQ is probably gonna sweep this 10 a.m. high, pull back into this gap, and then show you the real move just to waste as much time as possible. I don't see any other fair value gaps that price could use to waste time here besides the one down into this area here. So I should almost just walk away and hope I don't get stopped, because watching this is gonna make you feel like some type of way. It makes you want to just protect yourself from this shenanigans, right? And then 11 o'clock is going to be a very important time here. Let's see. Zoom in on the action here. What happened? We haven't closed through any of these bearish candles, guys. Notice each bearish candle is holding at the low. So why is price still hanging out down here? I guess to scare people out of their positions. I don't know. It's just evil, bro. None of this is necessary. Genuinely, like you've already absorbed the shorts. You've already retested. You've done everything you needed to do down here. With this break of structure and this rally here by NASDAQ, this should be your second stage accumulation where it just accumulates a little bit like this. Maybe a subtle sweep, but you want the sweep to be very subtle and quick, and then pow. Another power of three moment, right? But hey, man, who am I, right? Who am I to tell the markets what to do? All I can do is just get in position and hold my trades like a professional, right? I would love to see ES just take the lead here and make a new high. But I love these types of trades because remember, the game is always getting at a discount. We were able to wait for price to give you a discount way down here, and we got in at a reasonable price here. There we go. NASDAQ, we're caught up with NASDAQ as far as this internal high here. NASDAQ is taking 10 a.m. ES should give a speedy move above to catch up. We have a long way to go. Oh my goodness. If you're trading NASDAQ, man, your target should literally be that 9 a.m. high. Macro high, 940 puts in that high. That should be your target. Floating about 50 points on the NASDAQ, which is a 1-to-1. We're floating about 5 points on ES. Oh, man. Let's see what the chat's up to. Yo, Rock, I really appreciate you showing up every day. You're a real one. Yeah, bro. I appreciate you guys showing up, bro. You got to understand, like, trading is something you should not be doing by yourself, bro. Unless you have really good emotions, really good discipline, really good, protocol. You shouldn't be doing it by yourself, bro. That's the main reason why I stream, man. You go live, you go public with your trades. There's no stupidity. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no being afraid. There's no being anxious. There's no FOMO. It's have a plan, stick to the plan, journal. Have a plan, stick to the plan, journal. And like you said, show up every day. And that's when I started to see my biggest payouts. That's when I started to see my biggest win streaks. When I started streaming. And I knew it would help. I knew it would help me. You know what I mean? I already knew that. That was the whole point of me streaming. Spent my payouts, got a nice computer so I could stream with zero latency. My stream has probably one of the best delays. It's only like 2 or 3 seconds delay, right? Got some monitors, upgraded my monitors, upgraded my mic. So now when I'm trading, I just feel like as professional as can be. And then you get better, bro. You get better. You get more consistent at being serious, bro. Because it's easy to just gamble with trading. Very easy to gamble. Very easy to gamble with trades, man. So yeah, man, I appreciate you guys showing up, bro. Hopefully I'm helping somebody. Keep to the discipline and keep showing up every day, even when it's hard, bro. I blew up many accounts before I was able to start consistently winning. You know what I mean? And that's what taught me, bro. Like, how do you think I know about 10 a.m.? From trading for years and seeing 10 a.m. steal all my money on good trade ideas. 10 a.m. would purposefully step in, steal the money, and then after 10 a.m. you get the real move. So I'm like, bro, why am I trading before 10 a.m.? if I do trade before 10 a.m., you better go break even as quickly as possible, just in case, because sometimes 9:30 does give you a nice move, but other times it doesn't, right? All right, so let's see if we get this pullback here. I'm gonna look inside of this previous candle here and see if we can find some structure that the next hourly candle can pull back into, because it's probably gonna pull back, which was the whole point of not expanding, so it could pull back. So let's look and see what structure is lying at this previous 30-minute close, that previous hourly close. We could even sweep this previous 30-minute low. You know what I mean? So let's see what the 1 minute has for us here. All right, we should see a shift. See if the indicator caught anything. Nope, nothing here yet. So you could easily see, let me mark it off. So 10:30 starts right here. Here goes your pullback, 11 o'clock starting right now. So you could easily see price jab into literally a fair value gap. There's a gap here. You just start highlighting bullish areas for this next hourly candle to tap into. All right, boom, boom, boom. We had a pullback. You want to see this get flipped. You have these order blocks. If this gap doesn't hold, you have this order block sitting right here. And then, like I mentioned, you have this low here, which is also sitting inside of a fair value gap. So it could literally do this. It could drive into here, explode. It could drive into here, sweep this low, explode. Those are the two areas that I see. And this one is nice down here because of this 5-minute order block that hasn't been tapped. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. We'll see. Somehow NASDAQ is just ripping, bro. And ES is still wicking. Come on, bro. Just give us a NASA. Give us a SpaceX candle. Let's look at the areas of interest for this hourly candle, right? So we closed here. Mark off the close. Anything underneath that close, which is, basic ICT, you can see that there's probably going to be a consequent encroachment of this wick, all that type of stuff that can be retested, right? So you're looking inside of it to see where price could, oh, look at that. We're bouncing off the close. This is literally where the candle closed and we're bouncing off of it. That's what you want to see for a strong continuation. You'll get a tiny wick here. All right, let's go find an example like this one here, right? You see this bearish candle, we bounce off the close, tiny wick, expand. Another example, bounce off the low, expand. Here, look at this one. This is beautiful. This is what I want to see. Look at this bearish candle. Look at how the next candle opens. Doesn't even bother tapping into the wick. It just bounces off the closure price and rips. That's what we want to see. But we know that this entire wick is fair play, so. Man, I'm kind of jealous of the people who are in NASDAQ, bro. They're so close to TP right now, man. 70 points, 1.4R. Bro, oh my goodness. How does it do this to me, bro? You guys watch me trade. It doesn't matter which one I buy, bro. I can't seem to find the one that takes off first. I always get the lagging. No matter how hard I try to investigate and pull up the right answer. This is basically TP, bro. 1.5R is all I'm asking. It's at 1.4. I don't know, man. Maybe I should just go opposite. Whichever one I think is going to be the first one there, just take the opposite one. Because at this point, I can't figure it out. Makes no sense, bro. There's no reason ES shouldn't just blast off and catch up, bro. There goes TP for NAS. I'm watching everybody else floating crazy. There we go. Catch up. There we go, man. Catch up, Mr. ES. And I love that we bounced off of this hourly close, man. We could run higher for the next hour. That would be ideal. Let's go. Let's go. Somehow the RTY is pushing lower, but I see we're sweeping out that 30-minute low. Oh man. I don't get it, bro. I have no idea what's happening right now. This is actually kind of scary, bro. I kind of want to take this and just run. Bro, what is happening? What is happening, bro? Why is this not going higher? What could be causing this, bro? I don't know, man. Starting to spook me out here, man. Like it's aggressively moving lower here. Like it's not even thinking about higher, bro. I don't know, bro. Like this is the part of trading that, like I said, like it just gives you a headache, bro. Like I don't even care, bro. I would rather let this come back and stop me out than to get out of my trade because it wants to be stupid, bro. Like, what is it rejecting off of? What? Tell me. What? This bearish gap? I don't know, bro. Oil still hasn't flipped. Oil still hasn't flipped lower. RTY is still going lower. Maybe this is just a wasting time tactic once again. I don't know, bro. It just makes you not like trading, bro. You spend so much time going lower, right? Look how fast we went lower from 940 to 1030. Not even an hour, bro. Price was able to trade 227 points in the opposite direction, right? This isn't even the real move, guys, and it was able to get it done in less than an hour. So when the real move starts to pick up, you don't want to see any hesitation. I guess it did go 200 points. I don't know, bro. I think it's just doing this to make me feel uncomfortable, bro. Because we've been trading long enough to know that all it takes is one candle and it'll be way down here. So all of this irky jerky pretending to go higher is aggravating. Just go higher. Take the highs. So I can get out of here. And this is making me nervous because why is the RTY deciding not to move? Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Is it tapping into that order block? It is. Yeah, we took out this 30-minute low. All right, we're tapping into 930 price again. We saw good speed off of it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This is it. Like I said, it was gonna either bounce off of here or bounce off a retest in this area. This is what you want to see. You want to see a skyrocket of a move. You want to see price. Is there any bearish gaps here? All right, there goes a shift right there on YM. And then now you have this bearish gap in your way. Price should obviously absorb, right? Absorb and then go. Bro. It's like taking a test you know the answers to, but the question takes 45 minutes to even show. Can't even answer the question because it's taking so long for the question to reveal. But you already know what the question is going to be, and the answers are multiple choice, so you have to wait for the multiple choice to show, and it's just slowly taking its time. Like, bro, we know what's up, bro. Just go. And I hate the hesitation because NASDAQ is almost at this high. NASDAQ takes this high, I have to close it. And I really want to catch full TP for once this week. It's tough, man. Being disciplined is tough, bro. I could easily close this trade and call it a day, but then I would feel like, what's the point of all the years you've been trading? What's the point of all the knowledge you have? What's the point of all of the practice you've displayed for you to be closing easy winners because it's taking too long? I just have to accept that sometimes it takes too long. And here goes that rejection. Good absorption on YM here. Beautiful absorption on YM. Now you're expecting a flip of this EMA on the RTY. And once that RTY flips, you should see the EMA, of course, flip, this gap get flipped, this shift, and then you want to see price start to run here. But this EMA has to break first. Come on, just break it, RTY. I don't want to see any more of this hesitation, bro. Once the RTY breaks out, guys, that's going to open the floodgates. I don't want to see any bearish gaps forming on the higher time frames, no. All right, there's just this 5-minute gap here, so let's watch this 5-minute chart. Good job, YM. I appreciate that, YM. Good job. Strong close above this bearish candle. 2.5 minutes left. Meanwhile, RTY is just pretending to be so bearish. You want to get out of this trade before Trump gets online and says something stupid and crashes the market. You know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And it just makes it worse because if I was in NASDAQ, I would be done. That's the part that's bugging me right now. If I bought NQ instead of ES, I would be out of this trade with 150% return on my investment. 1.5 R. Okay, that's some speed there. RTY. There you go, RTY. To be honest, if the RTY can show me some real strength here, guys, like if we could start just ripping, I wouldn't be opposed to holding this all the way up until like this high, right? I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. But I need to see RTY show some life. YM is showing life. There we go. Come on, come on. There we go, RTY. There we go, RTY. Let's go. A strong close, 35 seconds. Good job, YM. There goes that volume. Let's see if we get a spike on ES. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Elijah, you get down now. Let's go. This is what you call A+. Good job. Good patience. I hate that we had to wait so long. But what I'll do is, because like I said, RTY is behind the 8 ball here. We're still underneath 930 on the reason why we went long. We went long because we know these should continue higher, right? We're still underneath 930. Yeah, this should be a gauntlet of a bullish day. It should just keep pushing. Don't stop before there, bro. Like, why does it do this stuff? Does anybody know like how these bearish candles just decide to go lower? Like, what are you tapping into here that makes you feel like you should go lower? You should rip through all of this, bro. Stop being weird, kid. Get down. But like I said, the RTY closing was a big, there it is. That's a big factor, guys. That's a big factor, guys. That's a big factor. Big order on NQ was filled. We should protect our trades. What price? Oh, sorry. I definitely typoed there. But yeah, RTY starts showing this strength here. I like it a lot. Especially since we still haven't hit 10 a.m., bro. We get this close to 10 a.m. and haven't tapped it. Let me check the other ES. Yeah, we still haven't tapped 10 a.m. The trade is basically 99.1% complete. You're just waiting on that follow through to the 10 a.m. price. And I'm hoping we just blast through it and hit this high, so that gives us an extra $300 on this trade. But once we take this high, I will definitely change gears and start protecting the profits, right? Because that's really all I wanted. This is 1.8R. This is the biggest trade of the week. Probably the biggest trade of the month. All my other trades I've closed at 1.5. Yeah, all the other trades closed at 1.5. Come on, finish the job, please. RTY, good job. Let's go. It should rip here, guys. It should rip. It should rip. Don't stop here. Oh no, like what is going on? What world are we living in where every single candle decides to just wick? What world are we living in? RTY, you're still bullish. We need you to break out here. What time is it? 11:22. We might have to wait for the next 30-minute candle. My goodness, kid. My goodness, bro. I'm almost done with stuff like this, bro. I gotta just start trading NASDAQ. NASDAQ, good job, bro. You get 2R out of NASDAQ, no hesitation. Good job. Meanwhile, we're about to pull back, waste some more time, make people feel like how I feel right now. I don't get it, bro. It's like it's just not doing us any favors today. Everything that it could do to make this trade longer than it should be is doing it, bro. Oh, here we go, bro. Here we go, bro. Like, it's just, I don't know how it even does stuff like this. 30-minute candle, still bearish, 6 minutes left. You want to see these next 6 minutes literally just stop being bearish. We've been we had this bullish candle, 1, 2, that's an hour of wasted price action. Same thing over here, lower, lower, lower. That's an hour and a half of wasted price action. Why do you feel like you need to waste any more time, kid? It's 11:30, bro. Stop playing with us. We know how to trade. So pay us. You know what I'm saying? Pay the good traders. Do whatever you want to do for the other traders. He said 29,700. We have a lot of orders. We might spike higher on ES. Be careful for NQ. These orders are still upside, but on ES, nothing. ES should catch up here. No orders on NQ and lots of orders on ES. Be ready for a spike. Let's see, man. Let's see, man. Maybe that's all we needed was your confirmation here, bro. Because we've been giving it as much time as we needed. We drew up this trade, literally, bro. We drew up this trade before it even happened. Maybe like an hour before it happened. And I feel bad because my entry wasn't the best, but there wasn't much to work with, bro. I was hoping to get in down here. If I would have got in at that bottom, that would have been crazy. Yeah, there wasn't much down here. There wasn't much. RTY, come on, bro. Is RTY frozen? It's not even moving. Silly rabbit. RTY, come on, bro. There we go. Is that it? Is that TP? Oh no, it's not there yet. There it is. Just go, kid. Just go. All right, guys. That is what you call another edge. It's refusing to let us have that moment of joy and relief and success for today. It's just refusing. You're there, bro. I need to move through here so I can put my stop at 10 a.m. and just accept victory. Like, what is it doing, bro? I don't know, bro. I think it knows, bro. I think it knows, bro. Now we're getting SMT off of this high, bro. I'm about to throw up, bro. Okay, RTY is picking up the speed. We're chilling. All right, there we go. As long as we see these guys starting to push higher, we're going to get a nice rally. Yeah, as long as these guys can start catching up here, we're chilling. Can we just burst through it so I can... There we go. Come on, one strong move through it, and nope. Not happening. I'm asking for too much, I guess, bro. I just don't like how NASDAQ rips through 10 a.m. like it was nothing. And ES is stronger than NASDAQ. We've already confirmed that from the higher time frame. So you should blast through this. Like, come on. Said partial here, bro. I don't believe in partials, bro. I don't believe in break even or partials. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? I know. Come on, strong close. 3, 2, 1. Now next candle just rally here. All right, now I can start. Come on, bro. I really want this high up here. That's really what I want. I want to hold it until NASDAQ takes it or until something takes it, because one of these is gonna take it. There we go. Come on. Come on. Yes, sir. This is officially the biggest trade of the month. Round of applause. One of these are going to take the high, and look, ES is catching up, guys. I think ES might beat it to the high like we anticipated. ES might beat it to the high. We're still underneath 10 a.m. over here. Let's go. Flat candle up here. Let's go. I think this is probably going to just nuke these highs, bro. Let's go, kid. Drop a like on the stream if you played the buys today. You do not have to copy my trades. I don't even expect anybody to copy my trades. I just would hope that you guys understand what a good idea looks like. This is not financial advice. This is simple. Watch me work. Tell me what you think about it. Drop a like if you think this was a good trade. We are floating 18 points on the ES here for over 1K, and we are rolling. We are rolling. And there goes ES. Let's see which one takes the high. What do you guys think? Which one takes the high? Which one takes the high? Yeah, I'm gonna start protecting it. I might take this at 1,000. Yeah, if I see 1,000, I'm out, guys. And I'm out. Booyah! 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 Even though it's supposed to take this high, I'm not really too concerned. That's well above. That's 1 point. That's 2R. Oh yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling, guys. Can somebody say a Friday bang? Let's go, kid. Let's go. It was worth the wait now, right? When it does stuff like that and it catches up, that was definitely worth the wait. That was definitely worth the wait there. And now one of these should just rip this high. Let's see which one. What's up with the RTY? Yep. We're gonna just keep pushing here, guys. Probably the biggest thing I learned this month is that the RTY is really the answer to momentum. Ooh, orders are getting filled all across the board. Orders are getting filled all across the board here, guys. Let's go, man. And who's taking the high first? Yes, come on. Round of applause, bro. This was the best trade we could have asked for. Why? Because it was planned out. We were patient, and I understood that if we were going to buy it, I want to buy down here, right? Typically, I probably would have waited for a shift past this high because this is the most obvious high. And as you can see, you still get a good entry if you wait for this high, right? Wait for that one, close through it, pull back, respect it, buy it right here. Stops underneath the midnight price. You get a good feel, right? But at the same time, some trades are just way too obvious. And these are the type of trades that are going to get you where you want to be, because if you can sit back and wait for these type of opportunities, you could full port these, bro. Full port them with a safe stop loss, and you're rolling. You are rolling. What's you yelling at, Fat? Still haven't taken that high. Which one takes the high? Who knows? Let me go ahead and drop this screenshot in the chat. And we are back in action. Another green week. I should be let me think. I think I can take another payout. Let me double check. I'll double check, because yesterday was a loss, but we just doubled that. We erased the loss and came back with another 500 on top of it. I should be good. I'll have to double check my consistency though, because that was 2R. I normally only do 1.5 or 1. Oh yes sir. Yes, sir. Why are they edging this high like that? What's the deal, kid? Come on now. Oh, we took 10 a.m. on YM. That's why the pullback is so aggressive right now. We took 10 a.m. across the board. Yeah, so this is a good spot for a pullback. Pullback, rebalance, and then maybe go to that high later. Let's go. Manual lockout. Let's go. Let's go, man. If we can get more trades like this, I promise you guys, you won't even have to spell the word job ever again, or application ever again. Let me drop this in the chat. I see Obi caught it, bro. Everybody caught this. Fire, bro. We all green for the week. Yes, sir, bro. Absolute bang. What a blessing. Beautiful blessing. Beautiful. And look at the time. It's only 11:34. All right. We hit all targets. Right? Yeah, like I was saying, let me look at next week, because I was noticing this week was kind of slow, because if you think about it, let's look at the daily, right? Look at the daily. get off of ES Nasdaq. Well, actually, do this first. Let me get my screenshot first so I can kill some of this stuff. Yeah, let me get this screenshot so I can get off of this. Hide some of this stuff. Delete, 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 entry. Stop. But like we said, that previous, bro, this trade, you can put this in your binder, put it on the front cover and say, if I ever see this, I will never hesitate. I will never miss this setup. You don't even need a real entry model. All you need is a timed entry. Like literally, you could have bought the bottom here once we broke above previous daily high and gave that a chance. You see what I'm saying? Like, you literally, oh yeah, let's see, hold on. Nasdaq take that high yet? No, I think ES is gonna beat it, bro. That'll make me happy on the inside. But anyway, good trade. Let me drop this in the chat before I get too excited and I don't know, bro. There's nothing like a good trade, bro. There's nothing like a good trade, bro. Let's go. Especially when everybody else sees it. Everybody on YouTube saw this. I'm the only one who bought ES though. Everybody else traded Nasdaq. 17 points. Yep, 17 points. 1.8 R. Yeah, 1.9 R. Beautiful. Buddy, this boy, what are you doing? This kid. All right. All right, we're chilling. We're chilling. Put this as my draw, which was already there. Good work today, guys. I'm proud to say that I'm a trader. These type of trades make you, happy to be a trader. Yesterday, it's crazy. Yesterday, I was really upset watching that price action. And then look, now today, you're just so happy you don't know what to do. You're jumping with joy. It's crazy. Dang, complete Friday. Master class. True bang. All right, so yeah, looking at the daily, right? You can see that this week really wasn't expanding that well. Monday was nothing, Tuesday was nothing. And then I think Monday is a holiday next week. So let's go ahead and look, right? Let's see, delete that. All right, drop that in there. All right, so yeah, looking at the higher time frame, right? We saw Monday, and let me delete all of this. We're chilling. I think me and Obi were talking about it. It was just like, what's the weekly profile looking like? The same concept applies on the power of 3, right? So Monday here, you saw Monday was garbage. We don't trade that. Look at the smallest candle of the week, Monday. Smallest candle of the week was here, right? Yeah, Monday the 18th. Yeah. So we got Monday, doji. Tuesday opens lower, puts in the bottom. I believe we caught a short here. Yeah, I did. I shorted this. Wednesday. What was my trade on Wednesday? Let me go look. Wednesday, which was the 20th, right? Oh yeah. I remember that one. We caught a buy here. It was slow as well. But look at how Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are right next to each other. There's no expansion for 3 days. And then yesterday was a very tiny breakout. This is just a continuation of what yesterday should have been able to do. Look at the daily wick. It doesn't even go lower. It's literally just continuing from Thursday. And it's continuing right off of that closing price, bro. Right off the close of Thursday, we don't even bother going lower, and we're pushing towards this weekly high here. Right, so that was the weekly power of three. Accumulate here, manipulate, and then deliver for 3 days. All right. So next week, if we look at the calendar, it's a bank holiday, which I don't know what holiday it is. It's a U.S. holiday, so Monday, good job. We weren't going to trade it anyway. Tuesday, red news finally. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, let's go. Next week is jam-packed. The end of the week will be beautiful. We should see more expansions to end the week next week. All right. And on that note, I am going to enjoy the 3-day weekend. I hope you guys do as well. And I hope everybody, made money this week, bro. I am out of here. Another winning week secured. Thank you for joining in. Back on Tuesday. Monday is no trading. Awesome, guys. Awesome. And if your mentor did not catch buys today, I can't say that. If your mentor did not catch a good trade, because the shorts did offer a good sell-off at first, you could have shorted that OB. And look at how simple it is, guys. Either you short off of this order block, whether you like shorts, right? If you did like shorts, you got your short. Or you long off this order block. If you like longs, you got your long. There's no in between. Anything in between here, no man's land. All right. But cool. You guys take care. God bless. And enjoy your weekend. Catch you guys on Tuesday.